hope and love. Where do I find it in this crazy old world? I need strategies, strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio. Every time I listen, Lauren and David share strategies for living, and it makes me aware. I've got strategies for living, strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio. Your dose of radio rehab. Strategies for living radio.
Oh, you know we need them. Yeah, we need those strategies, don't we? Those strategies for living. So, are you ready? Are you ready for your daily dose? Your daily dose of radio rehab.
Ready or not, I'm here and I'm ready.
There you go. There you go. Hey, folks, welcome. Welcome into another edition of Strategies for Living. I'm Dr. David McMillian. She is psychotherapist, Lauren Leon McMillian, PLPC. No doubt about it, Lauren. Absolutely no doubt about it. The greatest invention in office products.
Okay.
Period.
Yeah.
Not even a second runner up. Right?
Yeah, I think
Sticky
I know
notes.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
where I thought you were going.
Sticky notes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got enough to prove that, I think.
Well,
you use
know,
them enough.
I do make use of them, and and I've got the sticky notes. I've got the little
Flags.
flags, which come in real handy doing the radio program because if people can't see, but it helps me. I put a little tag down. Okay, here's the next button to push, and so people may worry after this. Is he all with us?
Oh, most of the time.
I knew, bless my mother's soul, God rest her soul, but she loves sticky notes too.
Yes,
And I knew we had turned a corner in her care. I knew we needed to step up the care. When I found that she was writing notes and then writing notes to herself to remind her about the notes.
Yeah. Here's the note.
I have not gotten quite that bad yet.
Yeah.
But if you know what to look for, just in case. What are some sticky notes we all need to memorize before life gets any harder? We're gonna turn to some sticky notes today here on Strategies for Living.
That's always a good strategy.
Yeah. Hey, folks, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you being here with us on Strategies for Living. And we appreciate our sponsors making it all possible. The Robinson Film Center, Azalea Cleaners, Pintail Roofing, Learning RX, we train your brain. The Balanced Life Wellness Center, Fertitta's Delicatessen, home of The Godfather, Alligator Italian Sausage, Uprising Addiction Center, and Mira, Direct Primary Care. What are some sticky notes we all need to memorize before life gets any harder? Today, here on Strategies.
Tune in daily, find the light. Healthy mind and spirits bright. Strategies for living strong. Feel the vibe, it won't go wrong. Body moves and soul align. Catch the rhythm, feel the time. Radio rehab every day. Chase those clouds of gray away. Your daily dose of radio rehab. Lift you up when skies seem drab. Mind and body, spirits free. Living life in harmony.
And welcome into another edition of Strategies for Living. Lauren Leon McMillian, David McMillian, and one of my favorite subjects today, sticky notes. Actually, I got to credit Mark Chernoff.
Marc and Angel.
Marc
right?
and Angel, yeah, marcandangel.com. And they blog. They always have their life
They have
coaches.
some good articles.
Always have some very, very good articles, and this one caught my eye. This recent one caught my eye because it's titled 10 Sticky Notes We All Need to Memorize Before Life Gets Any Harder. So if you want some pretty good advice, marcandangel.com. That's MARC and angel.com. Anyway, they were talking about working with one of their clients who had been in a car accident recently, and a pretty debilitating car accident, and came in to her coaching session just smiling from ear to ear, so much so that they, inquired, what's got you in such good spirits today?
Right.
And she said, I'm thinking better about things today, about how lucky I am just to be alive, because, the accident was a pretty rough accident, and the injuries that she sustained when the accident happened, when she thought, okay, this is the end of my life as I know it. And she said, now I realize they're the beginning. And so what this client had decided to do was to begin again in her mind first, and then, obviously in her life. And so how can we practice better thinking in the weeks and the days ahead so that we can build momentum as we move forward?
And I think that, I've said this before, but I fully believe there's no better time than now, no more important time than now to be doing this work.
I couldn't agree more. And there's a lot of people from a lot of different walks of life, Lauren, that are saying that, the rest of this year on into next year, maybe a couple of years to come, we are,
we're in for a bumpy ride.
A bumpy ride.
For sure.
And I'm
whatever
not,
that looks
yeah,
like.
I'm talking about people from different areas. I'm not talking about just people who are quote unquote mediums or psychics or anything like that.
Right. It's not just people.
You're hearing that from a lot of different people.
It's historical, right? And you can see it from all different views, whether you're looking at it from a historical, cyclical view, whether you're looking at it from an astronomical, right? The actual astrology of the day points towards huge shifts.
Right.
Right. But there are also really verifiable cycles that we can see playing out over time. And we're in the midst of some changing cycles, whether you're looking at it politically, economically, people-wise, in terms of our evolution.
Right.
We're on the cusp, and we can all feel it, I think. We all feel the shift, whatever you want to call it. But it's there. And so I think it's important that we make ourselves as aware to that change and decide, okay, how do we want to ride out this new, the new changes that are coming? And how do we want to help create? What do we want to help create in this new time?
And, Marc and Angel asked their client, how she was able to make this shift and keep it in front of her mind. And she said that she writes herself sticky notes and puts them where she can see them as she moves about her day. So there's some up on the wall of her home office, and there's some on the refrigerator, there's some on the bathroom. That's the thing about sticky notes. I mean, they can go anywhere and you can move them.
Sure.
I used to be big on, back when I spent a lot of time in the car, back in my sales days, I would, sometimes you couldn't see the dashboard for all the sticky notes that were. But as I worked myself through the day and I did accomplish something, I would, take the sticky note off. Yeah. But I think, to keep ourselves on track with reminders proactive and positive reminders
Right.
for ourselves.
And the new version, if you don't want to do physical sticky notes, you can always use, the digital reminders. You can use your phone
Yeah.
to do this, to send you a
I'm
reminder.
sure they have
throughout
little
the day.
apps that look like sticky notes
Sure.
that appear on your phone,
or your computer, or wherever you are. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, anyway, some of these are very, very thought-provoking. Here's one that they recommend.
Okay. This is the first sticky note reminder.
This is number one sticky note.
Okay.
Breathe deep.
Mhm.
Be present.
Ooh.
Every day is a series of a million tiny miracles.
Mm.
Do your best to see them. Remind yourself that inner peace comes with letting go of what you assume your journey is supposed to be like right now, and sincerely appreciating it for everything that it is.
Ooh, that's a big sticky note, friend.
That's packed. They're all like that. I mean, so
Yeah.
don't think that they're
I mean, I think each one of those could be a sticky note.
you're right.
Yeah, each sentence there.
But I love the third sentence.
Mm.
Every day is a series
Yes.
of a million tiny miracles.
Yeah.
If we could just keep that in mind,
if we could remember that.
if we could just remember that we
Mhm.
are the very body that our spirit inhabits
Yes.
is a walking, talking miracle.
Hmm.
Now, does that mean that nothing will ever go wrong? Of course not. But
Well, and that depends on your perspective of what's
true.
wrong.
Very
right?
true.
I
Very
mean,
true.
because how often in our lives are we able to look back at what we considered in the moment to be wrong or an inconvenience or not right, not what we expected? How many times are we able to look back at those and say, "Oh my gosh, that really helped me," or "Wow, if I hadn't have had that event, I wouldn't be here, or I wouldn't have done this," right?
Yeah.
But it reminds me too, though, of I think it's Einstein, the Einstein quote that says there's two ways to look at life.
Yeah.
One is as though nothing is a miracle.
No, there are no miracles, and the
And
other,
the other is as though everything is a miracle. Right.
and yeah,
And we have that choice every
we do,
day.
we do,
And
so much of, how our life turns out is in our choosing. Again,
Mhm.
where is the kingdom? We're taught
Right.
by the greatest teacher
Within.
that ever showed up on the planet. The
Mhm.
kingdom is within you.
Hmm.
The kingdom's not up there, out there, over there. It is within you.
Right.
Here's another.
And-
Here's another sticky note.
Okay.
Gradually, you will end up where you need to be,
Mhm.
doing the right things alongside the right people. Patience is the key. And remember, patience is not about waiting. It is the ability to maintain a positive outlook while working hard for what you believe in.
I
Yeah.
like that reframe. And it actually goes right along with what we were just talking about, right? Which is that it's not necessarily wrong. Things don't necessarily go wrong or badly, right? It's about being willing to wait it out and be able to see in hindsight how that led you to where you needed to be.
Yeah, when you stand in front of the ocean
Hmm.
and you contemplate the waves
Yes.
moving in, moving out, moving in, moving out,
Hmm.
and you realize that's a parable for life, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And sometimes the waves, if you are there, will pound you,
Hmm.
especially if you've got your back turned and you don't see the big one coming, right?
Yeah.
And that happens.
Sure.
And sometimes they're gentle and, it's just nice. And
Well, and again, that depends on how you orient yourself towards the ocean and the waves, right?
yeah.
If if you've ever played out in the ocean, you can fight against the wave, right?
Well, you can, but
But
you're
how
gonna
does that-
lose.
Right. Or you can choose to float and let it take you wherever it goes, right?
This is years ago, but I went to the beach and I watched some people with these boogie boards.
Yeah.
And there was somebody selling boogie boards on the beach. So I go buy a boogie board for a couple of bucks or whatever it was.
This was a while ago.
This was a while ago. Yeah, they were just, they were styrofoam
Right.
boogie boards, right?
Right.
And I go out and I'm looking, I'm seeing, I'm observing all of these younger people and doing what they're doing, and it looked like so much fun. I go out and don't see the wave coming. The boogie board is between me and the wave, and that boogie board, even though it was just, styrofoam, pounded the living daylights out of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whacked me good. I got out of the water. First young person I came to, you want this? Yeah, mister. Well, here, you can have it. That was the end of my boogie boarding days.
It's a good lesson there too.
Yeah,
right?
well, there is a lesson in there. I'm just not sure what. Probably.
Yeah. It's about learning to use the tools, right?
Yeah. I may have needed to get some training that that I didn't get. Talking about some sticky notes that we all may need up around us to remind us in life, and keeping our attitude of gratitude. Everything is a miracle. Talking about that today here on Strategies for Living. We'll be right back.
We all have problems every day. We all need help along the way. We need strategies for living radio.
Oh, we need them. You found them. Hopefully we've got them right here on Strategies for Living. Lauren Leon McMillian, David McMillian. We are we're going nuts with sticky notes today here on Strategies for Living. marcandangel.com, and their sticky note reminders that are very, very helpful. Here's another one, Lauren.
Okay.
The most powerful and practical life changes happen when you decide to take control of what you do have power over, instead of constantly craving control over what you don't. Remember, you can't calm life's storms. What you can do is calm yourself, and the storms will gradually pass. We have survived another, Snowmageddon, haven't we?
Well, this one was more Ice-mageddon.
Yeah, it was more mine. Yeah, you're right.
But
yes,
Yeah.
we managed to survive it.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
so,
And I think in no small part due to our orientation towards it, right?
yeah.
I mean,
You mean how we approached it, and we took
Yeah.
it serious, and everybody
yeah.
got ready for it, and
Well, in the way that you could without fear, and then the things that you had no control over, to
yeah, we all hoped we kept power. Some of us did, and some of us didn't. But there was not a dadgum thing that we could do about that. I mean, we're not, unless you happen to be a lineman, which most of us aren't.
right.
If a tree hits the line going to your house, or one of the transformers that serviced your block, well, okay, so be it. You had to wait until somebody got out and fixed it, that knew what they were doing.
And I also believe there's great power in trusting the larger universe, whatever that is to you.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't know, this is personal experience, but as I've released what little bodily me cannot control, to what I believe to be beyond me in spirit, my life has gotten better and easier and unfolded in ways I couldn't have imagined before.
Yeah.
And it's kind of paradoxical, right? Because well, I think especially a lot of us growing up with that, we talked yesterday about the idea of power versus force.
Yeah.
Right. And so this is that same
One of the
subtle,
recommended books we talked about.
yeah. And so this is along the same lines of that subtle shift from force to power.
Yeah.
Right. From the idea that we can't really force things out in the outside world, but
Our ego tells us we
Yeah, I
can, and
know.
it's going to keep trying. Yeah.
Right. And that is the ultimate process for us, right? To be able to soften that, to soften the ego, and to realize, man, when you do let that go, what power you do have.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Absolutely.
And it's kind of crazy, you know, when you let go of what you believe to be this powerful force, you find so much more power within.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Here's another. Don't overwhelm yourself. Just do what you can right now.
Mm.
Remember that you can't lift 1,000 pounds all at once. Yet, you can easily lift 1 pound 1,000 times.
Mm.
Small, consistent, repeated efforts will get you there.
Yep.
You know, that's so important to remember. I guess, you know, growing up in an A&P grocery store, and back in my day, and they don't, I don't see these anymore, so they don't, but back in my day, you would, the big 50-pound sacks of flour
Yeah.
were out on the shelves of most every grocery store.
Wow.
Big 50 pounds? 50 pounds.
Okay.
And I remember being a little fella and seeing, others lift those things up and tote them into, like they were picking up just an empty box.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do that.
Mm.
And I was still pretty little, and I could tote around 50-pound sacks of flour.
Were you even 50 pounds yourself at that time?
I don't know that I was even 50 pounds myself, or maybe not. I don't know. But I remember that it served me well.
Sure.
And when I got to a point old enough to get to high school and begin to lift weights, I could lift a little more than
I bet so.
other people my size.
Mm-hmm.
I was not as you pointed out, I was not a hefty.
Right.
I was not a hefty person. I was a little guy, but I could, those 50-pound sacks of flour, over and over and over, did something for me. And I've never forgotten that. Never forgotten that lesson.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's important. I think it's been lost today in the rush and the instant gratification that a lot of us are, and a lot of young people now are growing up in, right? We lose that art of dedication, of consistency, and patience. And I think all three of those are needed for the payoff that we want in the end. And things like the advancement of technology and AI and everything else is only hastening our idea of, well, we've got to have it and we've got to have it now.
Yeah.
And that's just not how the best things in life work out.
No, we need to learn to delay gratification.
Yeah.
Here's another sticky note. Some people are probably saying, there's so much to each one of these notes.
Yeah, there really are.
And each one of the notes, when they show up on Marc and Angel's sites, looks like it's typed. So if you want, you can go to marcandangel.com and just search for 10 sticky notes that we all need to memorize, and this will come up, and you'll have access to the. You don't have to write all of these down in the dust on your dashboard.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. Here's another one. Practice letting go gradually. Remind yourself that you don't need to attend every argument or drama circle you're invited to. Give yourself the space to value your time genuine relationships, and peace of mind above all, starting today, because little else will matter more in the long run. Whew. There's some good advice. All of these have great advice.
Mm-hmm.
That one I'll asterisk, because man, we do get invited
over
and over, constantly,
right?
daily
to
to the drama circles and the arguments. And I mean, sometimes very subtly and sometimes not so subtly, right?
Yeah, and I think at the heart of this one, part of the art of this one is about, you do practice letting go, but as you're doing that, you're reminding yourself of your own power, that you don't need to demonstrate or be validated in what you believe, because that's yours.
Yeah.
One of the things my dad I grew up with him always saying was, education was important because no one can take that away from you.
Right.
Right. And so both of those pieces stuck with me, and it always made me wonder, what else? What are those other things that no one can take away from you? Right.
Yeah.
And so one of those things is your peace. Right.
Yeah.
Nobody else can take that away from you.
You can give it away.
Oh yeah.
Yours to give.
And we're invited to do that
over and over
again. But it's yours for the keeping.
And it's interesting. This next note kind of goes into that letting go thing. Here it goes like this. Letting go doesn't mean you don't care.
No.
And letting go is not giving up. It's just acknowledging that the only thing you have control over is yourself in this moment. You're choosing to take control over what you do have power over, instead of craving control over what you don't.
Yeah.
Man.
If we could all remember that really literally all of us are sitting in our own movie theater, watching our own movie screen.
Yeah.
And I have
And we're writing it, producing, and starring in it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And everybody, the beautiful thing is everybody gets their own room and their own screening of a movie. And I think what a lot of us get lost in is I try to change the way that I show up in my partner or my friend or my parents' movies, right? And I can't do that. There's no way for me to do that. That's theirs. That's
beyond your control.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when you're using all of that energy to do something you physically and mentally and emotionally cannot do, you're giving your power away.
Yeah.
And so once you begin to shift to realize that my experience, my movie is all that really matters, that's where you get the peace.
That's where you live your life.
Yeah.
That's your movie, your story, the story that you're in charge of writing and producing and acting in is where you're
and perceiving.
It's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything.
Yeah. And so freedom starts with this part is not mine to manage or change.
And
it's just my experience and what I tell myself about it.
And if we remember that, then, that we're all of these roles, including the director and producer. So we always have the power to yell, cut! It doesn't matter what's going on. You don't have to yell it out loud. It can be in your brain.
Right.
And somebody inviting you into one of those drama circles or arguments, just in your mind. Cut!
Yeah.
You've got that power.
Absolutely.
Talking about some sticky notes we all need to remind ourselves of today here on Strategies for Living. We've got more. Stay with us.
We all have problems every day. We all need help along the way. We need strategies for living radio.
And welcome back. Welcome back into Strategies for Living. Lauren Leon McMillian, David McMillian. Sticky notes that we all need all around us daily to remind us of, keep us on track for life. Here's another one. Note to self. Many of the kindest gestures you will ever make and the most important things you will ever do will never be seen publicly. Do them anyway.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's why a lot of people, not the reason, but one of the reasons why a lot of people hesitate or prolong embarking on one of the most important journeys, which is the inner work, right? Because so much of the inner work is that stuff that nobody ever sees,
Right.
or knows or could understand.
Right.
I mean, because again, it's yours. It's your experience and it's
yours totally.
The kingdom is yours within you.
Yep.
Right? But I cannot stress enough how integral, how important, how life-changing that inner work is. And when you
It's everything.
It is.
It's everything.
It is. And when you begin to value that.
And you were talking a minute ago about something your father had said about education and what can't be taken away from you.
Right.
That's something. When you do that inner work and you do that
no
progression,
one can take that away.
Nobody can take that away. Now, you may give it away.
Oh, yeah.
Because sometimes people get to a point. Dr. Hawkins makes this point in Power versus Force and in his other books. Sometimes we get to a point on the map of consciousness, his map of consciousness, and then things happen and we make choices, and so we slide backwards. So we can give it away.
Sure.
But nobody can take it from us.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I mean that's the whole process, right? We come into this world and we get these messages and beliefs and scripts and ways to be in the world, and it's really not yours until you make it so.
Absolutely.
Right?
Here's another note. The trick is to enjoy life. Don't wish away all your days waiting for better ones ahead. Just appreciate where you are. You've come a long way, and you're still learning and growing. Be thankful for the lessons. Take them and make the best of things right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
The now is what we've got.
it is the biggest gift that we have. One of the practices that my guides have given me over the years and reinforced over and over and over again is the idea of coming back, of returning to the present, because the present truly is a present, and it's where you find the presence of self and of everything.
Yeah.
Right? And it wouldn't be
Of all that is.
it wouldn't be occurring if there weren't a gift here in this very moment for you.
Absolutely.
And we're just the option we have is to decide to unwrap that, to find out what is here in this moment that is here for my learning and growing and experience, for my evolution.
And
as a human
even if
and
in
as
the
a soul.
moment, it doesn't seem
It doesn't seem glorious.
This is not glorious. This isn't what I signed up for. Just if we keep that knowledge that this we have a sign as you enter our front door of our home that says the universe is unfolding as it should.
Yeah,
if that could be another sticky note, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every time that I've done any work with spirit, with self, whatever you want to call it, I don't find it in the mind stories of the past or the future.
Right.
You have to connect right here, right now, with all that's around us, and it really is. Going back to the first sticky note, it's a miracle.
Here's another note. Remind yourself. ... You did not go to sleep hungry last night. You had a choice of what to wear today. You have access to clean drinking water. You have access to the internet. You can read The Secret to Being Grateful is No Secret. You choose to be grateful for the little things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've said this before, and I mean this. I mean, we are so blessed to live in today's world and in the country that we live in. Even the poorest among us, there are many, many, many people across the world would look at the poorest of our poor and wish to live like them, because what we think of as the poorest of the poor, there's a lot of the world that would think of as well off, you know.
Well, and I believe poor or rich is not anything about money or the material things.
No,
that you
again, it's
have.
what's inside of us.
Right.
Yeah.
It's about your perspective and your mindset.
Yeah.
And we don't have to look any further than Viktor Frankl for that.
All right. And that you always have the ability to control, you know, and you always have the ability to learn. And we live in a time where even if, you know, we talked about this yesterday, even if you're not a reader and don't like to read, there's lots of audio. There's lots available to us. And
we can be grateful for that. Like all of the variety of ways that we can bring in information and connect with each other.
Right. Last but not least, too often we take for granted and quote unquote wait away the vast majority of our lives. Truly, some people wait all day for 5 o'clock, all week for Friday, all year for the holidays, all their lives for happiness. Don't be one of them.
Yeah, it's happiness isn't scheduled.
No.
It's something that can be practiced again in every moment. It's about reclaiming your power in the present. And if more of us did that, there would be no waiting, because I would ask the question, what are you waiting for, right?
Yeah.
What are you rushing off to?
Yeah.
Because all that we know for sure that is waiting for us to be rushed off to is what we call death, which is a transition. And so what are you doing before then?
Yeah.
What are you doing right now?
Yeah. Well, I just as soon not get to that point, you know, before it's time.
Well,
It'll unfold,
It'll
as
unfold
as it should. Yeah. Talking about sticky notes that we might all want to be reminded of. marcandangel.com, MARC and angel.com, and just put in 10 sticky notes and these will come up. Good stuff today here on Strategies for Living. Hopefully you can take one or two of these, or all of them, and
stick them around.
Stick around with us. We'll be back here on Strategies for Living. I got to go get some more colors of sticky notes.
I think you have plenty.
I've got the blue ones, and I've got the yellow ones, and I've got the pink ones and the purple ones.
But I
need more. Yeah, I need more colors. I need more shapes, especially if I'm going to put them up all over. Welcome back, folks.
We don't need to paint the walls with sticky notes.
Yeah, exactly. Think of how much that'll save us on paint. Welcome back into Strategies for Living. Got your sticky notes ready? What's your takeaway from our time today, Lauren?
Well, I kind of like the idea that these are sticky notes because it reflects that none of these things are really grand, complicated ideas.
No, they're all pretty simple.
They're very simple, and they're coming back to really some of the great truths that the great thinkers and mystics have been pointing out to us all along, right? Yeah. The power of the breath, of coming back to the moment.
The power of now.
Yeah.
The power of the choice.
Being present.
That you have The choice is within you.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the kingdom is.
Right. And choosing to let go of what you can't control and focus on what you can.
Yep. And God grant me the serenity
There it is.
to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change those things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
That's it.
That could be
That's a good sticky note.
That's a pretty doggone good sticky note in and of itself, isn't it? Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you.
Folks, thank you. We appreciate you being a part of Strategies for Living. And as always, we appreciate our sponsors who make it all possible. The Robinson Film Center, and Azalea Cleaners, and Pintail Roofing. Learning RX, we train your brain. The Balanced Life Wellness Center. Fertitta's Delicatessen, home of the Godfather. Alligator Italian sausage, and some pretty good muffies too. Uprising Addiction Center, and Mira Direct Primary Care. If today were the last day of your life, you only had one more phone call that you could make, who is it that you would call? And what would you say? And why are you waiting? Make the call. For Lauren Leon McMillian, I'm David McMillian. See you next time right here on Strategies for Living.